Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm just gonna chat with you. Instead of this being a little bit more formal as it usually is, I just want to sit here and chat with you guys and talk to you about, what I'm thinking, I guess, more than anything. So this is a bit more informal, a bit more podcasty. So if you just want to shut this off and whatever, that's cool. I'm gonna be farming some stuff in High Mall, and then going over to Black Ark Foundry. So I just kind of wanted to talk about how much I really want to play BFA. I know I've memed on BFA a lot. There's a post about how to play patch 8.3, and I kind of made a joke about just uninstalling the game. And honestly, I do feel that way. I do. I really don't like the game right now how it is. But I don't really like Classic either. I like Classic, but I don't like how much of a time commitment it is. If you're really serious about it, if you're really serious about it, you're farming tons of gold, you're buying flasks, potions, whatever. And that's really cool. And I like that the game is, time versus skill. So you can go and play with your friends, and if they're not that good, that's fine. We can still clear the content, but it's just, there's always that level of it's not that fun too if they're not putting as much time in as you. It's all that stuff, right? And then there's the added stress of, well, if I get Thunder Fury, then I'm locked into being in this guild forever. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how my brain's working right now, because I'm a tank right now in Classic. And, I love tanking. I do. It's fun. I like the control. I think I'm a little bit of a control freak. My wife has told me she thinks I'm a little bit of a control freak. Not serious or anything, but just a little bit. I can see that. I can understand where she's coming from with that, and I do think that in a way I am a little bit of a control freak. I want things to go well, and when something doesn't go well, I tend to get a little upset. I want to improve it. I want to do whatever I can to fix the problem, so I get a little bit, I guess, not clingy, but I grab things and take them as if they're mine. Like in my guild right now, whenever we don't do well or we don't do as good as we could, I tend to step in, and I really shouldn't do that. But we all want to play the game differently, right? We all have our own goals for playing the game, and my goal for playing the game is to, complete Nax and get Thunder Fury, because I always wanted Thunder Fury. Ever since I was a little kid, I started playing this game back in 2005, and I was 10 years old then. I'm 26 now. That's like a childhood dream to be able to run with the big dogs. But I think the more and more that I'm playing Classic, the more and more I'm realizing that the big dogs isn't really the big dogs. The big dogs are people like Apes who are clearing all that content, have 5 or 6 Thunder Furies, not let me turn sound volume just a little bit down. I don't want this to overpower what I'm saying. Dog's great. I love this guy. This is my favorite fight in the game, by the way. Or not in the game. It's a really good fight because I like the transition from LFR to normal to heroic to mythic. And I really enjoy the pacing of it. But just because how the room changes between abilities, it's really cool. But no, what I was saying is, I really miss BFA. I not BFA for itself, but I miss retail. The balance between skill versus time commitment versus whatever. You can do your daily or whatever and be done with the week. You know what I mean? I like that. I do kind of miss it. I won't lie. I like that my skill on a character is more important than it is the time that I commit to it. And I never wanted to be top tier mythic raider, someone who plays the very, very cutting edge, has four ults of the same character and runs every raid every week. But I do want to be somewhat competent and clear the content somewhat competently. I think a lot of people want that. A lot of people, even if they say they're chill, casual, whatever, I think that secretly everyone wants to go into a group and have a very easy time with it, go through and just destroy the entire content on Mythic, heroic, normal, anything. You just want to go through and have a very simple time with it. You don't want to go in and wipe on stuff that you consider easy, because I'm sure there's things in that, even if you aren't good or if you're not performing well, I'm sure there are things in the game where you're like, wow, we wiped on that, And I think the reason why I push for Mythic so much and everything that I do is because I just don't want to waste my time on something I feel is easy. So if the boss is hard and the boss needs for us to spend a lot more time on it, then yeah, 100%, I'm fine with that. I love spending time on bosses that matter. Like Argus Mythic was a really fun progression for me. I know it's like for a lot of people it was just boring, but like I love taking an encounter, wiping on it, and then getting better and better and better and better on it. I hate fights where we go in and we just like roll through it with no issue. And I hate it when you wipe on bosses like that who you should roll through with no issue, right? And then you go into that boss with that expectation, and then it kind of just goes away. But I'm getting off topic. But that's just rating. That's rating and that's another thing about rating. But what I mean is that I want retail to be more fun. You know, that's why I'm looking forward to Shadowlands so much. Is because I really, really want to. Ooh, I got that illusion. Never had it before. That's why I'm really looking forward to Shadowlands, because a lot of the things that are happening in Shadowlands is really cool. Like Torghast, like that's such a cool, fun little thing that they're putting in that I think that's just cool and replayable. And you know, if I want to play with my friends, I can. You know, and I hope that eventually they make it so that you have unlimited playthroughs. Like there's no like cap, because I hate when they cap stuff, man. When they cap stuff, it just makes you feel like you can't bring your friends, because then you have to get as much out of it as possible, right? So you have to get the best people in your group to try to get as far as possible and as quick of a time as possible before, you know, whatever the elements are they just put in the game apply and kill your team. So it's one of those things that's just kind of a little frustrating. You know, I want the freedom to be classic casual and have, you know, all the time that I need to do whatever. But I also want that skill barrier to be there. You know what I mean? I want there, like, oh, Torghast, you can go up to 150, you know, if you're really good. That's cool to me. That makes me really happy, and I want to do that, but I hope they don't change it too much. I know that they're already talking about changing a lot of stuff, and it bothers me a little bit. I'm excited to see what rating's going to be like. It looked like a lot of stuff around Covenants is going to be pretty fun, but I'm still worried, like everyone else is. Like the same thing with like Legendaries and Legion. Like, you know, you're worried about the balancing of it and how that's going to work out. Well, the same thing with, you know, Covenants. It feels like Legendaries and Legion are kind of just Covenants now, where we're all going to have Covenants, or actually Artifacts. We're all going to have Covenants now, and it's, you know, hopefully they can tune it properly. If they can't, man, it's going to be kind of rough. And it's going to make me, like, I'm going to really be sad, like, if I have to reroll a Covenant because it's best in slot, you know what I mean? If I have to go raid, and if for some reason I end up being in a Mythic raid team, I'd be kind of upset if I have to go into that raid with, you know, the best in slot Covenant, and if I don't, then I'm not invited. Maybe, like, you know, I know the Venthyr, like, they have a teleport. That sounds really broken in a lot of ways. I'm sure there's a lot of, like, raid teams that are like, yeah, you need to have Venthyr. Hopefully they give us some stuff in each that makes them all viable for certain reasons. But we'll just have to see, right? But, yeah, like I said, excited for BFA, or not BFA, Shadowlands, because I miss retail, man. I miss that I could put some time into it and, like, really enjoy myself. And, you know, Classic's really repetitive in a good way. You know, it's repetitive in a good way, but it's still repetitive nonetheless. It's not ever changing. There's not a whole lot going on. You know what's going to happen because it's all pre-planned, right? It's a good experience. It's a good side thing. And I think right now, at least in Classic, like, it's a little bit too hardcore time intensive for me. A little bit. I mean, I can do it, obviously, but that's not the problem. But the problem is that I don't like that, I feel pressured to always get on and make gold or whatever to make sure I have potions or nature potions. There's always something I could be doing online, and that's good in MMO, but it's also, like, anxiety driven. Like, I like to know that, like, it's kind of the same reason why I hate AP, right? I hate AP and BFA because I hate feeling like I always should be on farming AP, right? I like to feel like I hit a cap and I'm there, you know what I mean? I don't have to go any further. And no matter what you do, if you put a never-ending system in place that has no defined ending, I'm going to always feel pressured to go out there and do my best on it and try to get as far as I possibly can. Maybe that's an inherent problem with me and not the system itself, but, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that it's going to be fun. I hope that Shadowlands is going to be better. I don't want another WoD. I don't want another BFA. And I know people don't agree with me, but BFA is, in my opinion, because I had a lot more fun in WoD. and I don't really know why. I think it's because I had, you know, more things I could do. I could go PvP and PvP. Like, there's PvP vendor, right? Felt like I had control of my gear. But like, BFA just feels so bad to me in like every aspect. Even when I've tried doing visions. I've tried doing visions. I've tried to enjoy them, but they just feel kind of monotonous. And then like I've used corruption gear, but like all the corruption gear feels like it's not that fun. It's just kind of like takes all the power away from me, and I have no control over what happens. It just kind of happens, and I'm like, yay, it procced, or hey, it didn't proc. And this is one of my alts, by the way. This one does. I have nothing on this character. I just love my rogue. My rogue's like my favorite character in the game. Rogue's best class, confirmed. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, like I said, really hope that we get, I need to go Brackenspore. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'll do this guy real fast and do Brackenspore. I really hope that the systems that they're talking about right now continue, and I hope that they remove Titan Forging. Like, they are removing Titan Forging, but I hope that like their removal of Titan Forging doesn't make people want to have it back so much. I'm worried about people being like complaining because they miss having those upgrades. You know, I really won't. I really like the idea of me going into a dungeon and getting the item that I need, and then that being the only upgrade. I think in BFA alone, I did a Tall Desire Mythic Plus, God, like 700 times on my Paladin, because the trinket off Razan was just so overpowered in every tier. I just non-stop got it, and it was just frustrating to always feel like I had to go do Tall Desire. And I'd look for a Tall Desire keys all day just to go and try to get that trinket, and that's the only thing I tried to do. And it's frustrating because, like, you know, in Classic, right, if you go do BRD 100,000 times, right, and you finally get that Hajj, right, Hand of Justice drops, it's a big deal. You feel really excited because that trinket's going to last you throughout the entire expansion, and you don't have to go get, like, you know, Hajj version 18, you know, it's Hajj. And I think that's something that Blizzard maybe understands, and that's why they're changing a lot of things that they're changing. And I'm really excited to see how that change happens, or how we interact with the game next expansion. I'm really excited for that. So, yeah, I don't want to like take you guys up too much longer. I know it's already a 12-minute video. But thank you guys so much for listening, and look forward to more videos from me. I'm gonna try to do more videos. I'm trying, like, this is like a more intimate video where we just kind of chat about something that I was thinking about. So hopefully in the future we can talk about more. But you know, if you liked it, guys, leave a like. If you know, all that stuff, you know, subscribe, leave a comment down below, because I love talking to you guys. One of the things I missed the most about doing YouTube regularly, it was just the comments down below. Like, even if they were negative, I still loved replying to them in as positive of a way as I could, and just trying to see how that went. So yeah, love you guys. Check out Twitter, check out Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 5 p.m. to about 5 hours, so like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. But sometimes I go later depending on what we're doing. If it's something a lot of fun, I'll do it longer. But if it's not as fun, I won't do it as long. But anyway, you guys have a good day, and yeah, assalamu alaikum.